Alright everybody, welcome back to Geneforge 4. It wouldn't be a Mal channel if we didn't reboot a series, right? At least once. Remember Geneforge 3? That took like 3 times for me. Hopefully this is the one though. Let's get started on Geneforge 4. Lovely addition here. Love the Geneforge games. Let's make it happen. So, we are of course going with a Shaper. I think he's called the Life Crafter in this one, because we start off on the rebel side. We are Mal the Shaper. The Shapers have the power to create life. They can make plants and animals to populate barren lands and intelligent, loyal serviles to do their menial work. And, if challenged, they can create armies of hideous monsters to devastate their foes. The Shapers rule your lands, and their authority is absolute. There is one punishment for those who try to learn the secrets, and for any of their creations who try to disobey them: death. And so the rebellion began. It was an alliance of humans tired of Shaper rule and of intelligent creations who wanted to be free. They rose up, stole some of their master's powers for themselves, and attacked. At first, the Shapers were caught by surprise. Much of the eastern half of Terestia was lost. Many of the Shapers and those loyal to them were slain. Proud cities were razed to the ground. But then the Shapers regrouped, and their armies came. The rebels have been pushed back. Their lands have been burned. Lost refugees, both human and creation, wander the rubble. Because the rebels have taken terrible or horrible losses, they have had a desperate need for reinforcements. They have been furiously combing the towns and villages, looking for anyone with the aptitude to learn the secrets of the Shapers. Young people, people with potential, people who seemed loyal to the rebel cause, people like you. The rebellion has been going for 7 years. 3 years ago, you left your village to receive training. You have learned the basics about weapons, about magic, and about the first few steps in shaping your own living beings, your creations. And at last, you were given the chance to receive a great honor. You could become a perspective, a life crafter in training, who would be modified and given the ability to shape your own creations. You accepted the offer. Since then, you have been journeying in secret through war-torn lands. You have traveled with several guards and 2 other perspectives. Your band is led by Greta, an officer in the rebellion. You have heard tales of her, how she has fought the Shapers since the beginning of the war, of the raids and battles she survived. You have wanted to ask her for tales of her experiences, but she has largely kept to herself. Getting you safely to your destination is her mission, and it has taken all of her concentration. Pretty cool pictures. But at last, you are almost there. You have completed a short sea journey, and you are just a short walk from Southforge Citadel, where you will be given your new power. It is a cold, miserable, wet day. Greta told you to unload the boat while the rest of your group went inland a little to build a fire. You can barely contain your excitement. At last, you are at Southforge Citadel, where your true training, your new life, can begin. Battle Alpha. Look at him. Big badass. Alright guys, so we are going to be playing a Shaper who is loyal to the Shaper Council. That means we're going to be maintaining the status quo of the powers that be. Mechanically speaking, we'll be going for mental magic and magic creatures such as Vlish, Artilla, Glocks, Eye Beasts later on. It'll be lots of fun. Just ahead, you see the rest of your group. Greta and 2 other perspectives, Tyrol and Magda, are sitting around a small smoky fire. The other soldiers keep watch to the south. As you watch them, you realize that something doesn't seem right. Though you are deep in rebel territory, the soldiers have their batons and blades out and seem to be on the alert. Greta sees you and gets up from the fire. She waves for you to come and speak with her. Greta walks up to speak with you. Between the darkness of the voyage over the water and your overwhelming seasickness, you never got a good look at her. Now you do. You had heard of Greta before you met her. Most rebels have. Greta was once a loyal agent, a servant of the Shapers, trained and true. But then she abandoned her kind and joined the rebellion. That is unusual. What is stranger still is that she is still alive. Despite all the battles, all the defeats, she has lived, scarred, burned, and afflicted with a permanent limp. True. And exhausted, but she is still fighting. She also looks very worried. She inspects you to make sure you're able to move without slowing her down and says, "All right, glad you're here. We need to get you armed and armored. Then we need to move. You're now in a conversation. Selects one of the responses. Where can I get a weapon?" Greta points to the west. The storeroom is in there. There isn't much left. We cleaned it out pretty good, but I made sure that something was left for you. And hurry. Why the haste? Aren't we in secure territory? Greta chuckles. You don't know much about the Shapers, do you? There is no secure territory. They can see everywhere. Their creations can get anywhere. Now go. Alright. So we'll just scan the area real quick. I think this is the storeroom she was talking about. This is a door to the north, where the storeroom is. You can get items, pressing G on the ground. We got a dagger. Look at me. I'm a badass. Or at least I want to be. The dagger in your hand makes you feel a little better. It's a puny weapon, dented and rusty. Nothing compared to the power you've been promised. Now you should probably get and wear some armor. There is a suit of chitin armor in the cabinet by the west wall. Chitin armor is flimsy stuff, made from the carapace of a creature created for this purpose by the Shapers. It's cheaper than leather or metal, but offers less protection. To look inside the cabinet, click on it, get the armor, and wear it. Yeah. Chitin armor. It's a piece of chest armor. It provides solid protection from enemy blows, but may slow you down. Damage reduction in Geneforge is percentage based. As you can see, armor 10% means 10% reduction from physical damage. 10% reduction to stun, or 10% to stun resistance means stun lasts 10% less on us. So that's how that works. Alright. When Greta sees you have a blade ready, she nods approvingly, then she smiles. That's a pretty pitiful weapon, but it will make a hole in someone if you put some muscle behind it. Now that you're ready, we need to be moving to Southforge Citadel. Little time for chatting. We have to hurry. Something is wrong. Something's wrong? How can you tell? It's a sense you can pick up. The ability to detect disaster. I got lots of practice. When you're a rebel, there's always a disaster approaching. Anyway, there's nobody here at the docks, and things don't sound right. Maybe there isn't a problem, but I think we have to move now. Alright, lead and I'll follow. Alright, stay close, move fast, and if I'm right and the enemy has made a landing here, run. Greta waves for everyone to follow and begins to walk swiftly to the west, towards Southforge Citadel. It would be a great idea to follow her. So, let's follow. With our little ragtag group, you are now in combat mode. This means that something has attacked your group and you'll have to flee or defend yourself. Time in combat is split into rounds. Each round, every creature takes a turn, one at a time. On your turn, you can move, attack, cast spell, or so on. When all creatures have acted, the round ends and another starts. For now, if you don't have the skills to defend yourself against the fearsome creature guarding the road, you should spend your turns running to the west and hoping that you find a safe place to hide. Damn it, game, I want to feel strong. There is a creature standing on the path ahead. A huge creation. One of a design you have never seen before. It is a huge spiky reptile with massive chipped claws and teeth and thick, leathery skin. It stares hungrily at you. There is no sign of obedience in its eyes. It is calm and under complete control. It is not a rogue creation. It is a servant of the Shapers. The enemy has gotten one of their pets here somehow. As it begins to lumber towards you, lightning begins to play up and down its teeth and all along its body. That one easily could have killed me since I was the most revealed guy. Oh, damn. Kaishak, that thing is beast. There is a dead servile by the side of the path. It looks like she was dragging a cart of goods to the Citadel when the raiders caught her. She was a worker, not a warrior. She didn't last for long. You notice that the attackers left her coin purse alone. If you don't mind robbing the dead, you can search the servile's body by clicking on it. Yeah, goodbye, Tyrol. Tyrol got messed up. Yeah, I'm not going to loot that body. We're just going to go. Run away! Much to your relief, you can see that there is a minefield ahead, clustered around a single trigger. Mines are special creatures, made by those skilled in the art of shaping. Each group of mines has a trigger set to destroy a certain sort of foe. If the enemy gets too close to the trigger, it detonates all nearby mines. Fortunately, these mines are here to protect you, not harm you. The sensor tendrils of the trigger aren't pointing at you. You can pass. Hopefully, any foes chasing you will turn back. Ending combat. Greta turns to you. She looks relieved to see you survive the run west. It was as I feared, a Shaper raid. What we have long feared has happened at last. They have found Southforge Citadel. We must get you to the Geneforge quickly. We will need defenders soon if the war is to come here. But first we must tend to our wounds, and there is something that needs to be done. What was that thing? It was a Kaishak, a new Shaper creation. Only started appearing on the battlefield about 2 years ago. Extremely dangerous. Can we go back and kill that invader? We could probably kill it, but with casualties. Better to let the mines hold it back and reinforce the citadel. My mission is to deliver all of us here, and that's what I will do. She points to the north. There is a workshop up there, where the mine tender lives. There should be a key in there. It's the defensive field we need to pass to enter the citadel. While we recover from the attack, go find the key. I'll see what I can do. Alright, and hurry. Come back when you have it. In the distance you hear a scream. It continues for several long seconds, and then ceases abruptly. It sounded like Tyrell. Damn, Tyrell. You fought the good fight. Now's a good time to save the game. Alright. So there is a quick save option. F4 to load, autosave. So that means like F5 is, no, F3, quick save. There we go. The mine is inactive. You enter the mine tender's hut and find that it has been wrecked. Several blasts of lightning killed the mine tender and destroyed just about everything of value. Damn. The outside of this small cabinet has been scorched by a stray bolt of lightning. With a hearty pull, you were able to get it open. There were 3 living tools in here. Unfortunately, 2 of them were killed by the heat of the attack. This third one is still alive and intact. A rod of shaped material about 8 inches long. You take it. The body of the mine tender was blasted against the back wall here by an intense blast of magical energy. Nothing of value survived on the body. Yay, a potion. Okay. Find the key. Greta asks if you have the key. You show it to her. She nods. Then all is well. Nothing could possibly go wrong now. Hang on to that and follow me. If we meet more of the enemy, run and keep running. You look at Magda and see that she is completely panicked. She flees in terror, barely able to see what is happening around her, and then she trips. The enemy creation delivers a single blow, and she is gone. Damn. So brutal. Those people, like those apprentices with hopeful dreams just like me, all gone. Keep running. Soldier flees in terror. Greta stops moving and looks to the west. You can see the gates of the Southforge Citadel. The defensive pylons are still intact and active. That means that they will attempt to ward off any being with the power to shape, including you. Greta holds her sword at the ready and looks to the east. I doubt that we're safe yet. I will hold off any attackers. As for the field, it will harm anyone who is infused with even a little shaping essence, like me or you. You need to lower the field so that we can get to safety. How can I lower it? Go to the control switch and insert the key. Hopefully, if the mechanism hasn't been damaged, and if we aren't any more phenomenally unlucky than we've already been, we'll be able to get through. I'm going now. Good. Go. Hurry. Greta turns to watch the pathway to the east. It looks like something may be approaching through the mist. Okay. You are close to the gateway of Southforge Citadel. This is the final goal of your long journey, the place where you will be remade by the Geneforge, given incredible powers, and sent to battle the hated Shapers. Unfortunately, because of the attack, the gates of the Citadel are fully defended. First, there is a ring of field projectors blocking the path. Until they are disabled, they promise great suffering to your group if you try to pass. Second, the doorway itself is sealed. You can see no control lever or other way through. You can only hope that Greta knows how to pass it. Fields like this one go off and someone with shaping power like you gets close, doing lots of damage. Then, after a short time, they recharge themselves. You will need to sneak around them and use the controls to turn them off. You can tell that they are off when the top no longer glows and the balls of light stop floating in between them. Oh shit. Yeah, there's bad guys here. Go guys, go! Alright, let's run this way. Ow. I didn't listen to the tutorial at all. Huh. You have found the controls for the pylons. At least you hope that's what they are. It looks like some creature tried to smash them, failed, got frustrated, tried to run through the field, and that was the end of it. All you need to do is insert the key, and you should be able to deactivate it. There we go. Okay, maybe I had to talk to Greta now. Let's go ahead and save. Greta looks to the west and sees that the field is down. At last, I will unlock the door and we can escape. Hurry, she runs towards the door. Run! Run away! There we go. Entering a new area. Alright. Well, guys, on the next one, we enter Southforge Citadel now that we've escaped the Rebel base docks. Cool. I'll see you then.